Hi everyone, if you've never used Excel before or you've always been confused about opening Excel, in this video I'm going to make Excel simple for you in less than 10 minutes. So my name is Innocent, and on this channel I will teach you practical Excel skills for work and business. So let's get started. So I'm going to define what Excel means. So Excel is a spreadsheet that is used for calculation. It's a spreadsheet software that's used for calculation, that's used to document reports, and also used in offices, businesses, and school. So before we get started, I'm going to explain some basic terms of Excel that you need to understand and what you practically be working with from time to time. Now, on this column, on this vertical section here, we have the column. So the column can be registered with A, B, C, D, E, F, just as you can see. And on this side here, we have the rows. The horizontal section of the sheet, we have the row. So we have the row 1, row 2, row 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, till infinity. And we also have a cell. So this cell is where there is an interjection between the row and column. So for instance, if you look at where the cursor is, you're going to see the cell A1. If you look at here, you're going to see the cell B5. So if you look at this upper side here, you're going to see where the cell name will be highlighted. It's called the name box. So in this name box here, you're going to see where it is highlighted. If you click here, you're going to see the I8. That is, it simply means that it's in the vertical column I and the row of number 8. So that is where it interjects. So that said, I'm going to be explaining how to type, how to input number, how to edit a cell, and also how to autofill. Now let's say for instance I want to present a data containing the student's name and the subject. So here we're going to have the name, and then here we have 5 names, and then in this column here we have the names, and in the row here we have the subject. Okay, all right, so let's say for instance we want to format this data. By default, Excel comes with the Calibri with font 11. So here we have the font, and here we have the font size. This is the font name and this is the font size. Now let's say for instance we want to adjust the color or the size of this information here. So what you need to do is to highlight it. Once you come here, we have access to several fonts. For instance, if you click on this one, this is the Algerian font. If you click on this drop down arrow here, you can click on this font again. If you come here again, you can see several fonts. This is the Bell MT font and the likes of that. So for the sake of this video, I'll be working with the default font, which is the Calibri. Okay, and this is the font size. So by default, like I said, it comes with 11, but you can also increase it to this is font size 12, this is font size 20, okay, and like that. So now in this set, I'm going to also teach how to resize your cell, although there's a formula to this, but for the sake of the beginner tutorial, I'm going to be doing it manually. As we progress on, I'm going to elaborate more on how to readjust it with formula. So we can look at the interjection between column A and column B. We have a thin line there, just like we have between B and C. Now once you click on this, the cursor here highlights it changes icon to a plus sign if you are trying to click on the cell. But the moment you want to click on the column side, you're going to see it should change to like a plus size icon with a very thin line. So in between, just click on it, click and then drag to expand. So it's going to expand the cell to contain the information. But like I said, there's a way you can, the formula you can use to automatically do. But for now, let's just stick with this process. So you can also come here and then adjust the size of the cell. You can come here, adjust the size of your cell, just like that, to accommodate the information you have in the cell. Okay, all right, so that said, I'm going to go back to the default. So if you want to undo, you can use Ctrl Z. If you want to redo, you can use Ctrl Y. If you want to copy, Ctrl C. If you want to paste, Control V. You need to understand these shortcuts. So if you want to, this information here, we have the bold size. So this is automatically bolding your text. So if you highlight here and click on this section here, it's going to italicize it. Can you see? It's going to slant all your text. If you click here, it's going to underline it. So let me go back, Ctrl Z, like that. Okay, so let me bolding this one. So if you want to bolding it without you using this icon here, you can always use Ctrl B. So click on Ctrl B will automatically bold your text for you. To click on Ctrl I will automatically italicize your text. Can you see, as I'm highlighting, it's also taking effect in this section here. Click on Ctrl U. Ctrl U is going to underline your text for you. So these are the basic things that you need to know. These are the basic shortcuts that you need to understand before trying to use Microsoft in general. All right, so if you come to this side here, we have here we can decide to format your text. For instance, if you click here, it's going to shift all the cell. Okay, let me expand this so you guys will understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, all right, so if you click here, it's going to shift all your data in the cell to the left. If you click here, it's going to position it in the center. If you click here, it's going to shift it to the right. So depending on the format you're working with. So you can also apply it to the whole data sets. For instance, if you come here and click here, it's going to shift all of them to the left. If you click here, it's going to shift all of them to the center. And if you click here, it's going to shift all of them to the left. So depending on how you want your data to be presented. Okay, so I'll be going for the default, which is to the left. All right, so let's go to this section. This section is the insert column. Here you can insert data, which is the pie chart, the bar chart, the histogram. It has a lot of function here, which we're going to go into with time. So here you can decide to add some joins to your data, link it to shape, formula, and likes of that. Then this page layout, you can decide to set your orientation, the vertical size, the portrait size, the background, add pictures, add images, and so. Then here is the formula. Okay, this you have the financial formula, the logic formula, the text formula, date and time, lookup preference. You are still going to go through all this. Okay, so here we have the data. So in this data part, you can decide to filter your cell. If you click on this section here, okay, you can decide to use the filter option. You are still going to come to all this in proper. This is just like a general overview of how it works. So here you can decide to filter by number. So if you just want only 13 to display in this section, you can just come here, click on 13. It's going to show you every information of that number alone, just like this. It's very easy. Okay. All right. So like I said, there are other simpler and easier way to go about all this if you want to use command. However, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to start with the basic and we'll make it explanatory as possible. So this section, we have the review section here. So we might not really go deep into all this for now. Here you can decide to protect your sheet, add the notes, add the comment, translate, check visibility, just like this. You can match field as table and all. So these are functions that we'll definitely dive into with time. Then this view, you can decide to zoom selection, arrange your selection, create a new window, check a formula bar, and switch windows. Okay, and this help section here, okay, this is just like a contact support. You have to connect to the internet so you can use this feature. Now if you want to save your work, you can come here for saving your files. You come here, then click on save. Once you click on save, it's going to request you to select where you want to save the information. You click on this PC. Okay, it's going to show several options. You can use desktop. For this I'm using desktop, so you're going to use the name Excel with okay, so save. So it's very important that you save your work. So in case there is any issue like maybe system shutdown or power outage, your work will be saved. So to save your work as well, there's a shortcut that you can use. You can decide you can use Ctrl S. So once you use Ctrl S, can you see you're going to see on the sign? So Ctrl S automatically save your data for you. You can use that at interval as well. So by this point, I believe by now you should be able to understand how to bold your text, how to center your information, how to change your font size, how to expand, reduce or increase your cell. I believe you've learned what Excel is and how rows and column works, and how to enter and format data. So in part 2, I will show you how to use your first Excel formula like sum, average, how to subtract, how to add, how to multiply, and how to calculate percentage as well. Alright, so please don't miss it, and ensure that you subscribe so you don't miss out any vital information. Thank you, and I will see you guys in the next video.